Hello and welcome to MOTORSCRIBES. I'm Vikram Gore, the editor out here, and with me is a dear friend of mine who has come back from Canada recently, and he has a lot of questions because he's been watching my videos and he's got a lot of questions about a company called VinFast. So Sid, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Vikram. And the funniest thing is, thank you for mentioning I came back from Canada. You came back from Vietnam.
Yes.
Yeah, and you experienced this new car brand which is already here.
Yes.
They've got a factory here.
Yeah.
And it's creating a lot of buzz with the new EVs that we might see in India very soon.
Yep.
And I think you have all the scoop to it.
I do. And like I like to say, from the bustling streets of Hanoi, they've set up a plant now in Thoothukudi, but we'll get down to that in a bit. I'm sure that you got a ton of questions about this company. So shoot.
So the first question that actually comes to my mind, and I'm pretty sure it comes to the mind of everyone in India who is hearing about VinFast. I am fortunate enough to know about VinFast, but tell us, what is the origin story out here?
So when it comes to the origin of VinFast, we're talking about it being a Vietnamese car company. It was set up in 2017, began as a very ambitious plan, and it's part of a much larger group called the Vingroup. Okay, so they are very massive. They're into infrastructure, they're into housing, they have colleges. More recently, they're getting into the railways as well. And of course, VinFast is one part of this entire setup. And in India, we look at them and we think just a car company. But VinFast is actually big. They've got scooters, they've got buses, they've got trucks, and of course, they've got this range of electric vehicles. In fact, you missed the Bharat Mobility Show, which is the name of the Auto Expo now.
Yes, yeah.
Just to fill you in while you were away.
Yeah.
And at the Bharat Mobility Show, they actually showcased some of their two-wheelers. They showcased, a lot of their lineup. So it was a very neat thing to see that this is actually a pretty massive group that's coming in.
So, in a way, you've kind of answered the next question that I actually had for you. Correct me if I'm wrong here. What I've understood from what you told me about VinFast right now is that it is not a car company. It's an ecosystem.
Yes.
In a way. Is that correct?
That's right. That's a great way to put it, actually.
Yeah.
Because, when we're talking about an ecosystem, it sort of just builds out what a company is capable of doing. We've heard other brands, I'm not going to mention them, but they also talk about an electric ecosystem.
Correct.
Now for VinFast, where does the housing come into play? The fact that in Vietnam, they also run their own Uber service, which is all using VinFast EVs. So these are again some great things that they do. You've got your entire charging infrastructure. That's also part of the ecosystem because you want to make your customer feel at ease and have that access wherever they need it most. So when you put all of this together, right, you create, how should I put it? You create this little unique universe that allows the car to thrive or the product to thrive. It's easy to use, it's easy to charge, you've got easy access to it. And I think that's what works for the EV space. And VinFast has been very fast to understand this fact.
VinFast has been very fast.
Yeah.
I am on board with you on that one because, as you rightly put that out, the housing is there, the taxi service is there, or like an Uber, VinFast is there.
Yeah.
But having said that, I think by the start of this conversation, cars are just the entry point of the VinFast ecosystem here in India. Is that correct?
I wouldn't put them at the entry point. I would actually put the VinFast vehicles at the center of the ecosystem. Okay, because you buy a house. Okay, you've got your home charger now.
Correct.
You need to get around.
Correct.
Right? Sure enough, you've already got faith in the Vingroup, and therefore now you've got a VinFast car as well. I forgot to add, they own their own hotel chain too.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Vinpearl, it's a beautiful place. I actually stayed at the one out in Halong Bay, and it's built on their own man-made island.
Wow.
So, these guys are about a lot of class and bringing in this entire lifestyle to Vietnam, and it's something that they want to take to the world, which is, I think, a very cool thing.
So it's like an experience, right? Like if I have to put it like, hey, I get a VinFast car in India, maybe I get into a VinFast home, and maybe if I have to take my family out for a vacation, I go to a VinFast as well.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what we are aiming at.
I think that's what we're aiming at. And we've seen it happen with some major tech players too.
That is true. That is true.
Right?
I was coming to that. But yeah.
Without naming names again, your phone, your computer, your watch.
Yeah, there you go.
It's a little ecosystem on top of you.
All right, excellent. Which kind of brings me to the next point. You talked about how their cars are going to be like the centerpiece of this entire ecosystem that they're planning to set up here in India. But the engine of that ecosystem is the plant.
Yeah.
And though again I'm going to rub this in that you have been having all the fast experiences over here. You went to Vietnam to check out the cars. We'll talk about the cars as well.
Yeah.
But you also went to their plant. I think you were the only person there at the plant from the media side, from the national media side, representing the entire automotive might there on the plant. How was that experience? And I heard that even the CM was there.
Yes.
Yeah.
So the VinFast plant in Thoothukudi, people call it Tuticorin as well, but the actual name is Thoothukudi for the town, and it's a small port town that's a little below Rameswaram. So if you're looking at the coast of South India, it's sort of halfway between Rameswaram and Kanyakumari. Okay. And it was a town that has been known for salt export. Okay, it's the port actually gets a lot of our wood comes in over there as well. And in recent years, the Tamil Nadu government has been stepping up work over there. They've realized that this port has a lot of access. It opens up Southeast Asia really well, all of that. And of course, when it was time for VinFast to come in, I think they pitched right, and they landed the contract to allocate the land to VinFast. So the factory is set up on a 400-acre plot. Okay, and you're going to hear me say this a lot. Okay, VinFast is very fast. Okay, so this plant, from the bricklaying to rolling out their first production model, 15 months.
Wow. You don't even get like a new condo tower here in Gurgaon in 15 months.
No.
And here we're talking about a factory, I would say a giga factory like that.
Yes. Okay. We're talking about, it's got, currently they're going to be rolling out 50,000 units a year, but it's got the capacity for 150,000. So they can do 150,000 units a year out of this plant. And of course, that will be with demand, with the way it scales up and all of that. So, their Hai Phong factory, which is their main factory out near Hanoi, that was done in a shade under 2 years.
Wow.
Okay, and that, when I visited that, and they took us around to see the entire plant, that was something to see, and you'd see the scale that is done at, and that came up in 2 years, right? This was a cakewalk for them to do it in 15 months.
You brought up a very interesting point over here, Vikram. We talked about a port that was known but not known for automotive. Now we've got an automotive plant there by VinFast. The amount of job creation that this will create, do you have any idea about that? Like how many jobs are getting created there?
Absolutely. So just to rewind a bit, it's set up in the Sipcot industrial estate in Thoothukudi, and the plant itself, while the scale is great, it's got the body shop, the paint shop, the assembly line. It's got all of that happening. And it is creating 3,000 to 3,500 jobs for locals.
Wow.
Directly.
Wow.
Indirectly, because you're going to have all the suppliers come up. You've got space for that around the plant as well. So it's going to actually create, in the tens of thousands. That's where the number can go. So it's really going to transform what Thoothukudi is. And I think that's great for a state like Tamil Nadu as well, because Tamil Nadu has had two primary bases. You've had Chennai, okay, and you've had Coimbatore.
Correct.
Okay. Madurai is the third largest town in Tamil Nadu. But it's it's built around the temple, so it's more of a religious sentiment rather than a business sentiment.
Correct.
There's a couple of factories in and around Madurai, but we've not really seen too much more happening over there. Now, Thoothukudi is a stone's throw from Madurai. You know, distance-wise, about 100 plus kilometers.
Yeah.
But we've got brilliant roads, and the drive time from the Madurai airport to the VinFast plant is just a shade over an hour. Okay, so you've got the airport access over there. You've got an inland container depot coming up near the Madurai airport. Okay, you've got the port, which is Thoothukudi itself.
Correct.
Right? So you're actually located in a very brilliant place to create this supply. And it's great to see the transformation happening at this stage.
And VinFast is at the center of it, right? Like they're kind of building an ecosystem there as well.
They're a big name out there.
Yeah.
And I mean, on the lighter side, I'm kind of hoping that a couple of Vietnamese restaurants open up. You know how how that happens.
Yeah, there's an amazing Vietnamese restaurant here in Gurgaon. We won't name that one, probably next time in some other podcast. But yeah, Vietnamese food is really amazing. And we are going to hope that the Vietnamese cars from VinFast are also going to be amazing. Tell us about the cars. We know from initial reports there are going to be two cars that are going to be coming to India. The VF6, which I'm assuming is VinFast 6, and the VF7. And boy, Vikram, like the initial images that I saw, the VF7 looks so good. Right? And coming from North America, we had VinFast there. Obviously, North America being a big SUV country, you know, they had their electric, big, huge SUVs. But VF7 and VF6 play in that very nice, you know, competitive space of, again, not naming the brands, but from that, you know, 18 lakh to 30 lakh EV.
They're in the more chunky part of the Indian market.
Yes. Meteor part of it. Tell us more about that. You got an opportunity to drive the VF6 and the VF7 there as well.
So yes, got our hands on it. We got a taste. Okay, so we got to sample both the vehicles.
It was a tasting menu for you.
Yeah, it was. Here are the cars. You can do a quick walk around. You can take it out for a spin on our test track at the Haiphong plant, and obviously get a feel of what VinFast is all about.
Correct.
You know, I'm not going to really get into the details of the specs of these vehicles, but the VF6 is going to be, you know, it's your SUV that comes in more around the lines of, you know, where the Nexon and all of that sit in terms of size. Okay. With the VF7, we're looking at a slightly larger, more premium offering. Both of them are premium SUVs. Okay, so you've got brilliant electric motors on board. We're talking about them having, you know, great range as well. 500 plus is what they're promising on both of them. You've got all-wheel drive models. You know, they're going to have their entire range coming out, and which is why I don't want to really get into the nitty-gritties of the product. I do have the video out on the channel, so you can always
watch
tap into
that.
that.
Yeah, go ahead, watch that. We're going to put a link somewhere here in the
You can always tap into the channel and check out the VF6 and VF7 walk around. And but what really got me going with these products is that VinFast being a young company, the products, they feel really mature. And I say this because when you look at a lot of startups happening and you look at brand new car companies coming out there, or even two-wheeler companies coming out there, they don't have that finesse. They don't have that sense of maturity in paying attention to the detail. They think this will fly for now. VinFast, that's the first thing that caught me about both these cars, is that they were built well.
So they're not cutting corners?
No.
Okay, that's good to know. You know, like especially a lot of people have this question that, hey, you know, this car company does not have a legacy of say 100 years, 200 years, and you know, you being one of the primary people who've driven it even before it was here in India, coming from you, you know, it kind of carries that weight as well, right? In terms of premiumness there as well. And you talked about fast. I actually heard somewhere, I don't know how true or false this is, the VF6 can do a 0 to 100 in like about 8 seconds, 8 point something seconds. And the VF7 can do it in like 5 seconds.
5.8.
5.8.
That's for the all-wheel drive top model.
And which is quite fast for, especially for like heavy electric vehicles, right? A lot of people, they think that there's no engine inside the car, so the car is like light, but EVs are like really heavy.
All EVs are heavy.
All EVs are heavy.
Because the battery takes up so much of that, makes up so much of that weight.
Correct.
But again, refined, I think the use of materials, they've gone with this whole minimalistic approach to design. So from the outside, all of them have that characteristic V up front, which I think has carried over really well across their range.
I think it's like the signature design, right?
The signature design that works, brings across a lot of premiumness, and definitely stands out on the road. When they light up at night, again, looks outstanding. So they paid, like I was saying, they paid attention to all of these as well.
So in short, if I have to put it out there, both the products are premium products.
Yes.
They're not entry-level products.
We're talking about premium SUVs.
We're talking about premium SUVs over there. Okay, talking about premium SUVs, premium EV space, we talked about batteries, how heavy they are. Biggest anxiety everyone in India has, is, and it's a very bold step by a company. They're not coming with ICE engines, they're coming with EVs first to India. Because that's where the future is going as well, right? Tell us, what are their plans? Now, we've got the factory covered, we've got the products covered. What about the dealership network? What about the service support? Because that gives you a lot of anxiety, especially if you're investing your hard-earned money into a new brand.
Yeah. So, very good question again, Sid. And I know where this is coming from, because we've seen great companies fail because they entered without sort of building out the rest of the infrastructure that you require for success.
Correct.
Right? And this is where I believe, after having spent a week with them in Vietnam and hanging out with the entire top management of VinFast, the one thing I started realizing is that they're very sort of Indian in their mindset. As a country, as people, okay, yes, the cultures are very different, but that DNA of understanding what needs to be done, right? That's very strong with them.
That go-get-it spirit.
That go-get-it spirit, okay? That we have to, right? And over here as well, yes, you're right. Just having a factory is not good enough. You got to have the dealer network. You got to have the service network.
Correct.
You got to have all of that tied in if you're going to come here and make a big play.
Yes.
Right? You're saying you're going to start at 50,000 units a year, right? Might sound like a small number, but from an EV perspective, that's a pretty sizable number that you're targeting.
That's a huge number. A lot of people, just to put it in perspective, there have been brands in India that have been here for good 20 years. They still sell under 5,000 cars a month.
Yeah.
So for a new car company to come, looking at that 50,000 number, we are looking at that 5,000 car a month kind of a number.
Yeah.
And that to EVs, which is commendable, which is basically setting a target for themselves that they know that they want to achieve out there.
Exactly. So with that, you need to have the touch points. You need to have all of that set up. They've got 13 dealer groups already set.
Wow.
Okay. They're already going with 32 dealerships in 27 major cities in the country, 35 by year end.
That is crazy.
We're talking about sales starting, right before the festive season, but they've already got this set up. They've got the largest showroom obviously set up in Chennai. It's currently at 4,700 square feet.
Wow.
Okay, so a nice sizable showroom over there. After sales and service, again, it's a major talk point. You need to know that you can get that taken care of.
Yeah.
Right? So they've tied up with a road grid for EV charging. You've got My TVS, which is again for service. You've got Global Assure, which is again about 24-hour roadside assistance. And they've also tied up with BATX Energies for battery recycling. So they've already thought
the next step of sustainability.
The next step of sustainability, even before their first car has rolled out in the country.
So the planning is all there, man.
It's all there.
It's all there.
They've got all the pieces of the puzzle sorted. Okay, now we are just waiting for the cars to launch.
All right, so we're just waiting for the cars to launch over here, which are just around the corner. We're not that far away from seeing the VF6 and VF7s.
Correct.
In the hands of their new owners.
Yeah.
Really soon. I have seen like a couple of cars, in and around New Delhi on test. Yeah, that. So the excitement is there. They also showcased like a few in one of the mall activations
Yeah.
here in Gurgaon, and the amount of interest, or I would say the crowd that it gathered, kind of already showcases the fact that the interest is there.
Yeah.
People are seeing EVs in a very different light here in India, and more than that, they're like, hey, what is this new EV? How can I get this piece of premiumness in my garage? Which is amazing, and kind of brings to my next question there as well. Global ambition is something that Bharat has been talking about.
Yeah.
Right?
Absolutely.
And to invest so much coming from Vietnam into India,
Yeah.
right? With a factory, with a dealership network, with 2 EVs. What is the global ambition here? What is the global play? Because getting your factory in a port city opens up the road to the east and to the west.
Yes.
So what's the global ambition there?
So, again, I would say that it's all pieces of the puzzle again. So, they've invested $500 million just in the plant in India.
Wow.
Their overall investment to the state of Tamil Nadu is going to be much higher. Okay, because obviously with other projects of theirs coming in. But let's just start with the plant. Okay, this is the first plant that VinFast has set up outside of Vietnam.
Correct.
Okay, they've got another one coming up in Indonesia, and they've got a second one coming up in Vietnam as well. These are the main ones right now. And by 2030, their target is to be rolling out 1 million cars a year.
Wow.
Okay,
and this we're talking about from our from our Tamil Nadu plant.
No, this is from all their plants combined.
Combined. Okay, excellent.
Yeah.
And I'm assuming here that our plant is going to play a major role in it.
Yeah, it's going to step up. Okay, they said 50,000, 150,000, and then from there
it ramps up.
Yeah, it ramps up. Everybody knows that you can add a shift, you can put in a new line, you can do all of that. They've got the space for it. Mm-hmm. Okay,
they've got the port more than anything else,
and they've got everything set up like that. So definitely, it's a strategy that also includes using Tamil Nadu for an export hub to other regional areas. Like I said, Southeast Asia is right over here.
Correct.
Okay, getting across to the Middle East is not that far. So you can India opens up this little bit of access as well, right? And we've seen other brands sort of find success with exporting from India, right? And I think that VinFast is building out towards that as well. So you don't put all your eggs in one domestic basket. You say that we're going to build a hub, and India plays a vital role in there as well.
So the aim is, hey, we are not here to just sell you cars. We are here to tell you what VinFast is all about. We are here to tell you, we are here to create jobs. We are here to put India on a global map for ourselves.
Yeah.
So would it be safe to say that VinFast's new home is India?
I would say that VinFast is looking at India as one of their many homes.
Okay.
And that they definitely want to script a brilliant success story out.
Success story here. All right, excellent. It almost seems like when you buy your first house, that's more or less for yourself.
Yeah.
And when you buy your next house, that's like asset building.
Yes.
Like for life. And I think they've come to the right country to do that, which is great. We talked about like the global ambition, but what about the India success story? India is a very different animal.
It is.
Right? And we've seen plenty of car manufacturers come here, struggle, find success in pockets, find great success, find stagnation even, right? How are they going to, tame India as a beast, India as a consumer market, India as an automotive market? So many questions are running through my head,
I know.
over here. Yeah.
And I think that is the big question out there. When we're talking about having to script your success story, right, you need to understand your market really well.
Correct.
Okay, so it's not just about that we are here and we have invested. That's great. That's definitely something that's welcomed by everyone. But for the end customer and the end user, it boils down to the product, it boils down to the price. And those are things that will come. We're going to find out very soon. But the other element of it is in understanding the people. Okay, India is very diverse. You got languages changing every 100 kilometers.
Correct.
Each state has its own different culture.
Yes.
Right? So paying attention to that, trying to spend time in understanding all of this. And I think it starts at home. And with Tamil Nadu, that's what they're doing. They're looking at skill development initiatives, working with more locals, getting 80% of their fresh talent, from the local area. And this is something that is definitely not going to go unrewarded.
Absolutely.
You start from home, and as you build out, this is also a part of your entire DNA that you carry forward.
So, if we have to recap all of this discussion, first of all, thank you so much for answering all those questions for me, which kind of makes me even more excited about the VinFast story that we're going to see. The price announcements are coming soon.
Yeah.
I'm actually excited about that because the way that the premium positioning of both these cars has been done, it does land in that meteor bit of it. So if I have to conclude this, how would you conclude the VinFast starting story here in India? And don't say it's VinFast, it's very fast. Again, yeah.
No, firstly, I'm going to thank you because A, you tossed me the difficult questions.
Yeah.
B, it also proved that I paid a lot of attention when I went to Vietnam,
Yes,
as well
yes.
as the Thoothukudi plant visit.
You were not just interested in food there.
So I took notes.
Yeah.
And but jokes apart, I think the vehicles coming out right before the festive season is definitely one of the big upcoming milestones for the brand. And there is an entire positive outlook to VinFast. I think with the right pricing, they've got the right products. I don't think that there's any question on the products as EVs out there. They feel good. They've got a premium appeal. Definitely a lot of inquisitiveness from the audience out there. So I think it's just about them playing their game right, and we will see them being one of the most exciting new names coming out in the Indian car market this year.
All right, excellent. Nicely put out there. So 2025 brings a very new brand, a very new, I would say, after this discussion, I don't want to call it like a Vietnamese brand. It almost feels like it's too Indian now, right? So I would say we're going to see a very exciting new age Vietnam India brand called VinFast come up with 2 new electric cars.
Yeah.
Thank you, Vikram, for doing this. Now, as promised on MotorScribes, every video, if you comment on it, if you have any questions on it, Vikram and I will personally come and reply to you. If you want to know anything about the up and coming VinFast cars, he's the guy. He's been to Vietnam, he's been to the plant, and he's driven the cars even before everyone out there. So we know that there are other people who've driven cars and been there, done that, but not everyone's done the trifecta which you've done.
No.
Right? So he is the car master or the VinFast master over here. Yeah?
You can call me the VinFast dude right now.
VinFast dude right now. So hit us in the comments if you have any questions, queries. If you saw the VinFast VF6 or the VF7 on roads, tell us what are your thoughts on the new products. Tell us what your thoughts are about the Make in India initiative of VinFast, the job creation, the sustainability, and the entire VinFast story. I'm excited about it. I hope you guys are too. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video with your friends. Thank you, Vikram, again for doing this and answering all my queries out there.
Great. Always been a pleasure.
Excellent.